Boy, do I have a video for you today. This is going over a full meta ads tutorial, and after working with 168 plus service-based and e-commerce businesses in Australia, this is everything you need end to end, from creating your ad account all the way to launching, making creatives, writing ad copy, and even analyzing your KPIs. So make sure you follow everything step by step, and you should be good to go. Cheers. All right, so in this video, I'm going over how to set up the business portfolio and create your Meta ad account so you can start running paid ads on Meta. So first thing we want to do is search up on Google Meta Business, right? Click the first one that you see here, which should look like this. And then as you can see, I haven't made a business portfolio yet because this is a brand new account just for the sake of this video, right? As you can see, so we want to log in with Facebook. And I'm already in, and I need to make a business portfolio account, right? If you already made one, then no need to go through this, but let me just do Odin Digital test, business email address. Let's go Matteo at odindigital.com.au, hit submit, and let's see what happens. Cool. Now I just need to look at my email and see what the next steps are. Cool. Need to confirm it. So I would have had a link, and I want to paste that there. Cool. So now we have the business portfolio. So next step is we need to create a Facebook page and an ad account. So we can do it through here, right? Or you could do it through Facebook itself, right? You should be able to find pages here. Yep. And then create a new page. And you can go through it like that. And then it should show up here, or you could add it here. But I'll just make this easier and add a page here, right? So I'll create a new page. Let's do Odin Digital test. Let's do advertising agency. Done. So that's how you create a new page in the business portfolio. And it shows here. But the other way to do it is if you already have a page, you can just click add an existing Facebook page, and then type it in here. Cool. Next, we need an ad account. So we'll create a new ad account like this. And let's do Odin Digital test. Is there Melbourne? Yep, there is. I'm going to make this Australian dollars because I'm in Australia. Done. For my business, right? Always click my business unless you're doing this for another business. And then you agree, of course, and create an ad account. Cool. So you would usually add a payment method here, but we can skip that for now. But this is how you do it, right? So you have to go here, click next, add in your card details, because that's what Meta bills you for advertising. And the other way to do it is you can go on the side here and click payment method, right? But that's how we do it. Now, we have a Facebook page and an ad account, so that's really good. Next thing we want to do is assign ourselves to it first here, and then go manage ad accounts. Cool. So it might say this here, like open an ads manager, but what you can do instead is just go on the left here and click ads manager, and it should open a new tab. And we are in ads manager. So there we go. So this is how you create an ad, which I'll go through in another video. But essentially, something else you want to do is like add in your Instagram account. Like for the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that, but you want to add in your Instagram account if you already have that, because that Instagram account is what is going to advertise. Like that's the page that all of your ads will advertise under. So you don't need to have an Instagram account to advertise on Instagram. You can do it with your Facebook account, but it's always best practice to have an Instagram account. So yeah, that's how you set up business portfolio and create a Facebook page and an ad account. So see you in the next video. All right, so in this video, I'm showing you how to set up the metapixel on your landing page or on your website, right? The simplest way. So what we want to go and do is go on Events Manager and search up Events Manager on Google if you can't find it, but that's exactly how you'd find it on the Ads Manager. Cool. So what we want to do is click Connect Data here, and then let's go Web, click Next, and let's just name it your business dataset. So I'll go Odin Digital dataset test, right? Because this is just a test. Cool. Now let's go next. And we should be in here. So this can do other ways to set it up, right? The metapixel, but we can set it up manually, right? So let's go next. Metapixel only, no need for conversions API for now. Copy this code here, go to your website builder, and then go on tracking code. So that was the Google tag from the other video, but here is the metapixel, right? And we hit the save, just like that. Click publish. Cool. And if you're wondering how you want to do it, essentially just search up how to set up metapixel and then insert your whatever website builder you're using. So WordPress, you can do Wix, and you click the first one on the form, like support.wix. Let's go Squarespace, support.squarespace. There you go. And you want to do it for the booking software as well. So let's go Health Engine. There should be one. Looks like there's not one, but let's go Clinical. Either way, there should be integrations. So Clinical has one here. See? So they have lots of time support, right? But the easiest way is to just do it manually through the code if you know how to do that on the website. Cool. Now that we've done that, let's hit continue. And no need for automatic advanced matching. You can kind of turn that on if you want, right? But it should be fine just for the sake of these ads. Now, what we want to do is make sure that the metapixel is set up first. So we want to test events, right? So I'm going to go on this page here and copy it. And we want to do this one. Confirm your website's events are set up correctly. Enter a URL. So this is the one I'm doing, but you usually do your website or whatever landing page you're using for the ads or a thank you page, whatever that looks like. And you can see that it processed as a page view. So it's set up. Perfect. Cool. So what I've done here is I made a form. So what we want to do is once we've tested that we have the page view here by going to test events, right? And then just making sure that we went through that. We can go to settings, scroll down until we see open event setup tool, which is over here. Paste the page that you are tracking for your meta ads, right? This is the one I have. This thing should pop off. We want to track a new button and then click this, get instant access, make sure that's a lead. And this might say submit for you or whatever, and that should be fine. We don't want to include the value because this is just a lead. Hit confirm. And that's pretty much it. We can finish the setup and hit finish, right? Skip. Cool. So that's the easiest way to like track a button click on your meta ads through the metapixel or dataset. That's pretty much how to set up the metapixel. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. All right, so this video is about instant forms versus landing pages. So this module will help you choose the best way to get leads and customers from your meta ads. So as an introduction, there are four main ways to get someone to fill out a form. Meta lead forms, which is the form, opens right inside Facebook or Instagram without leaving the platform. Number 2 is a custom landing page. So the ad sends people to a special, simple page on your website or a completely separate website. Number 3 is your own website. So the ad sends people to a regular page on your full website or your homepage. And step 4 is click to call ads. So ad has a button that makes the customer's phone ring your number right away. So we'll look at 3 things that matter most, which is cost, how cheap the lead is, intent, how serious the person is, and quality, how good the lead is, right? So the different ways to get a lead. So this picture shows you the multiple different paths a customer can take. The fewer steps, the more leads you get, but sometimes the quality is lower. So here with the instant form, right? User sees ad, they click the ad, instant form opens inside the app, right? And autofilled contact info, meaning Facebook already has your data, so it will autofill and they have to click one button that says submit. And it can literally take them 2 seconds from seeing your ad to submitting their details, which is good because we get lots of leads for really cheap. But that also means there could be some tire kickers or low quality leads in there and accidental lead submissions and all that. So next is website and landing page. So user sees an ad, user clicks the ad, then the website and landing page loads, which is much slower because they're going to a different website. And there's 2 ways, right? One is the user can call through a button on your website, or the user can manually fill out a form on your website and then they submit the form, right? So hope that differentiation makes sense. Cool. So here is the simple comparison table. So here's a feature, meta lead form, custom landing page, your own website, click the call ad, right? So for cost per lead, it's cheapest leads, and then for landing page, it's medium cost per lead. Your own website's really high cost per lead because it's not really built to convert. And then click to call ad is medium to high, more on the high end, right? Lead volume, of course, since the cheapest is the highest, it's pretty much the opposite of cost per lead. Lead quality or intent, so it's low because it's easy to fill out and it's cheaper, right? It's very similar to the cost per lead. So the custom landing page has the higher lead quality, right? Because they had to read your page and type in their info, which is usually tailored exactly to what your ad was talking about. Your own website isn't the highest quality lead because there's distractions on the site, which can lower intent. And essentially, it can be completely different, like a different service from what they typed on from the ad, because there's many things to go through. And then a click to call ad, right? Which is quite a high, right? Because they're calling you right now. But the issue is you need to be on the phone. Otherwise, if you're not on the phone and you can't answer it when they call, then you pretty much lose the lead that you paid for. So user experience, meta lead form is the best. It's instant and pre-filled. Custom landing page, it's good. It's fast, focused. It's really simple, right? And then, your own website is the worst because it's slow, many distractions. And the click to call ad is good, but, direct, fast action user experience because it's just direct click, right? Cool. So the final answer, which one should you choose? So for most service-based businesses, the best choice depends on what you need right now, right? So we want to choose meta lead forms if you need a lot of leads fast and you need them to be cheap. You want to have a good system to call or you already have a good system to call the leads right away within 5 minutes. And I'm not even joking, 5 minutes. And you're happy to talk to someone who might not be very serious because, the cheap cost makes up for it. So if you have no leads, I'd say go with lead forms. So choose custom landing page if you need high quality leads who are very serious about buying and you need to show a lot of information to qualify or a video to convince the customer before they fill out the form, right? So you want to build your brand and keep the customer on your own website. But remember that building a good landing page costs money and takes skill, right? So this isn't what you find on your original website. If you can't afford a good one or don't know how to make one, choose Metaform or on your own website instead, right? Cool. So choose your own website, which is the regular page, if only it's already converting really high and it's already fast, and if you can't afford to make a landing page, right? So, this means it almost has no distractions if it's a really good website, no big menus, no other links, and is already proven to turn visitors into leads based on your track record. Otherwise, sending people to a regular page on your website is not the best choice. And it works in some industries, in some areas. I'm not saying it doesn't work for everyone, but it's very important to at least split test, right? So it's slow, full of distractions. It will cost you the money for the fewest leads because people can do a lot of browsing and they can look at all the other pages on your website, but they don't take action, meaning calling the number on your phone, on your web, calling your phone number on the website or submitting an inquiry or booking in, right? So choose click to call ads if you need very high quality leads who are ready to talk to you right now and you have someone to answer the phone all the time during your business hours. I'm not even joking. If for some reason, your staff member or yourself as a business owner, has to go to the bathroom or is on site on the job with a patient, then you're pretty much losing the lead because, you can call them back, but their intent wouldn't be as high. And chances are they're looking for some sort of emergency service and they probably would have went with your competitor. So yeah, warning, if you miss the call, you wasted your money. So this is great for emergency services like a plumber or Sparky who has a receptionist available 24/7, right? Cool. But the smart way is to split test. So the only way to know for sure which option is your best option is to test them against each other. So what is split testing? It means you run two different ads at the same time, and one ad uses the Meta lead form, and the other ad sends people to your custom landing page. So why should you split test? You let Meta spend a little money on both to see which one gives you the best result, right? The most leads for the lowest cost. And what to do to split test? We want to run both ads for like a week or two, or couple $100 each. Look at the numbers, and the one that gives you the cheapest leads is the winner. So the best result for a service-based business is usually a custom landing page for the highest quality, or Meta lead form for the lowest cost, right? So you'd want to go with a landing page if you're not super desperate for a lot of leads, if you don't have much time to call the leads. Custom landing page works really well. Otherwise, if you have all the time to nurture leads through emails and texts and calls, then go with Meta lead form because it's really cheap. Just understand the expectation that the quality won't be the highest, right? So recommendation, start with the Meta lead form first to get leads coming in right away, because also the easiest way to set up, and then test a custom landing page after. So
hope this video was valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right, so in this video, I'm going over how to create meta ad creatives, right? So the goal here is to build scroll-stopping ads that get high-intent leads. So we need to know what works best for your business, right? Pattern interrupt ads. These ads are ads that look just like a mistake, a breaking news alert, or something totally out of the blue. They look like a post. They don't look like, the generic ads that you always see. And they make people stop scrolling so that they can read your hook in the ad copy later on, right? So we will only focus on this method because it's fast, it works, and it's what you do best. And it's easy and simple to follow. So step one is to get 3 different background photos, right? So we need 3 different pictures for your 3 different ads. And these pictures should be simple and high contrast, right? The pictures should have no words, and ideally they should be authentic, coming from like your camera roll or something like that. Ideally no stock images. So picture type number 1 is on the tools. So what that is a person actually doing the service for a client, right? For example, plumber fixing a pipe, nurse checking a patient, agent pulling up a just sold sign, a dentist working with a patient inspecting their teeth, etc. Picture 2 is a portrait. So a simple, clear picture of the business owner's face, right? Owner smiling at the camera. As an example, owner looking at a desk seriously, right? And owner standing in front of their branded van, right? As an example. Cool. Now picture 3 is something unique about the industry. So what that is something unique or strange about the business industry. So a close-up of a very dirty filter, as an example. If you're a plumber, a picture of a complex medical machine if you're in healthcare, and a picture of a house if you're in real estate. And ideally, we want it to be something unique and different compared to what you would usually see, right? So once you have those 3 different photos, then we can move on to the next step, which is to set it up in Canva, which is like the look, right? So the look of the ad is what it makes it stop the scroll. So it must look different from everything else, not like those generic template ads that you see. So we need to pick a size, which we'll do square only, meaning it can go on every single placement on Facebook and Instagram, whether that's on the feed, on stories, on marketplace, on reels, right? So we want to open Canva and create a custom size of 1080 by 1080, right? That is the square 1-to-1 size for the feed. Or we can use the square pillow template for a simple square design, right? So we're only making square ads just for simplicity. No need to do, portrait or like, landscape ads at all. We'll just stick with square. So if you haven't already, make a free Canva account. It's free. You don't have to do the paid version, especially for this, right? So what we want to do is once you're in and you've made an account, hit create. And then let's search up square pillow. As you can see, I already preloaded it, and I'm going to click square pillow, right? I'm going to name this meta ad creatives, right? And then imagine you had your 3 photos, but I'll just have to get stock images just for the sake of this video. And you can see, so I already did this. So this will be my picture 1, which is on the tools, right? Dentist on the tools. I'll add in a second one, which is a portrait of the owner, right? And then number 3 is something unique, which is this like teeth whitening thing with dentists. Like imagine seeing this on an ad, right? Like you wouldn't think it's an ad. So then what we want to do is build the 9 pattern interrupts, right? The stop. So we need to combine every picture with every different pattern interrupt. So the picture itself should have no words, right? So pretty much you want to make these 9 ads with the different variations, 3 times 3, right? So the 3 different ones is the red circle ad, the red arrow ad, and the breaking news look. So this gives you 9 ads to test, and testing is how you find the winner. So if I go back to Canva here, what I'll do is I will go ahead and duplicate this page, right? Twice. So I have 3 different ads here, right? So I'm going to go to elements, and let's search up frame. Let's go this one here, right? So we have a circle frame, and this is the red circle one. So we need to go on stroke style. Let's make this like 20. And we need to change the stroke color into red because that's what stands out. And if your photo, like your background photo is really red, then you can pick another color. I would usually go white as the other one, right? But here, clearly I want red. So what we need to do for this red circle ad is we need to think about what our industry has uniquely, right? So with dentists, we work on teeth. So what we want to do is go ahead on photos and search up dental teeth, right? As an example. And let's have a look. Okay, I don't really like these ones. Let's go teeth x-ray, dental teeth x-ray. Perfect. This would look good. So what I need to do is drag it in there and you'll be able to see the teeth, right? Actually, I like this one better. That doesn't float my boat as much. What about this one here? Nope. Let's try. Let's go teeth close up. X-ray. Okay, maybe let's just go with this. Cool. So as you can see, this is the ad creative here, right? We need to make sure it's very clear. So maybe something like this. And this can be random. There's no exact spot to do it. We just want to make this look like a pattern interrupt. So that's pretty much the ad, right? And I want to make this a bit thicker, actually, with the stroke. Cool. So as you can see, it's a very unique ad. It doesn't even look like an ad. And this is your ad creative, right? For the red circle. Because it's a dental, and this would target patients and they'll be like, hang on, what is this? And get them interested, and then they'll read your ad copy later on. So that's the red circle ad, right? The red arrow ad. We have to go to elements here and let's search up red arrow. Spelled that wrong. And I like the ones with shadow or something like this, right? Cool. I'll just rotate it and just make it real obvious what I'm trying to do here, right? So this is literally the ad. I know it looks weird and it probably haven't seen much of these ads before, but trust me, it works. And there's no point trying to do all these fancy ad creatives. This is the ad itself. And then the third one we want is the breaking news look, right? So I'll just go on to Meta Ad Creative, like Canva, and search up breaking news. And this is perfect. I'll just put it at the bottom right corner here. Just like that. And that is the ad, right? So we have our red circle ad, we have our red arrow ad, and then the breaking news ad with just this one background photo. So I'll go ahead and do the same with the rest, as you can see. Let me just duplicate all of these. And you can play around. It doesn't have to be exactly the same, right? But I'll just copy this by, I'm on Mac, I'm click Command C, And I'm just going to paste it here, right? And we could run something like this. Boom. Let's put it here. Cool. So that's the red circle ad, the red arrow ad. We want to point it at something. And again, like, it doesn't make sense. And that's the beauty of it. That's why it works so well. But we can just do something like this, right? And the other thing we can do too is, for it to make more sense, right? Like, we can do something like this. So we combine the red circle and the red arrow ad. But for now, for the sake of the video, I am just going to point it at the machine here. And again, if your ad is, like, your background photo is already red, then the red might not be easy to see, so you can pick a different color, right? So for this, because this lady's wearing pink, I'm going to, actually, no, I can see it quite well. That's fine. Cool. So that's that one. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy the breaking news ad and put it here. Done, right? And then let's do the same for the unique ad. Cool. We could probably put it here, something like this. Cool. And then the arrow, it's pointed obviously at the white teeth over here, like this. And then breaking news, let's just copy and paste it again. Cool. That's our 9 ads, right? So, cool. So step 4 is quality check. Check your ad with these 3 simple tests. So if it fails, then change the visual first, right? So the 3-foot test. So can we see the visual pattern interrupt clearly from an arm's length, right? Looking at it, yes, we can. Cool. The arrow's very clear. Breaking news, red circle. Yeah, cool. Look test. Does the visual make you stop in 1 second, right? Like actually just look. Doesn't look like an ad to me. It looks kind of out of the blue, a bit weird, but that's the point. This is scroll stopping. And then mobile first, right? Is the visual clear and simple? Does it have any words? Nope, it doesn't. We followed the steps and we're all good. So step 5 is export. So the visual will stop the scroll and the copy will sell the click, and the copy will be written in a different module, right? So next step is to export your 9 ads as a PNG or a JPEG, right? JPEG's usually easier, and then name them clearly, right? Cool. So what I'm going to do is click share and then hit download, right? PNG suggested. Okay. I'm going to go with what Canva suggests. Select 1 to 9 pages. Yup. Click download. Cool. So it finished downloading. As you can see here, I'm opening my downloads. So it should come in a zip. I'm going to open it. It should come as a folder, and we see 9 ads there, labeled 1 to 9. So that is how you make scroll stopping meta ad creatives. I'll see you in the next one. So in this video, I'm going over how to write meta ad copy. So the goal here is to write one long form ad copy that sells. And this module shows you how to write the words for your ad. The ad creative module would have showed you how to make the picture that really makes people stop scrolling. But these words that you will write in the ad copy will really get them to click and take action, right? So we only want to use easy words because sometimes people don't understand your service as much as you do as a business owner. So the best ad copy really uses a simple plan or template. For example, call out, problem, proof, offer stack, and ask or call to action. Cool. So the easy ad copy plan. We will use this simple 5-start plan for your primary text, right? Number 1 is the call out and problem. Hey, city with whatever problem, right? The first line must be short because with Facebook and Instagram, usually you can only see the first line or sentence or hook, and you'll have to click see more to read the rest of the ad copy. So this is why it has to be very relevant to your target audience. Number 2 is proof and trust, right? We are a top dentist with XYZ number of Google reviews. Number 3 is the offer stack. So list the value that they get with a no-brainer offer that you would have built. And then number 4 is no risk. So we promise whatever you can promise. And number 5 is the final ask, right? So we want to click the button to get your offer and book today as an example. So the easiest way to do this is to use ChatGPT. So the fastest and best way to write your ad copy is to use this prompt. And it uses the same rules as the world's best copywriters and will give you great copy super fast and super efficiently. And it works best if you have already made your no-brainer offer. So highly recommend that you make that right. Cool. Step 1 is to fill in your answers. So we want to write down your answers here first, and you will copy these into the prompt in step 2. So as you can see, my business type, no-brainer offers main promise, target audience, the problem, offer stack, and proof as well. Cool. So I'm going to copy it here. As you can see, I have a blank Google document. You can use whatever you want, but here's what it is, right? So let's say I am a dental clinic in Sydney, right? That's my business type, right? And something else you can do as well is add in the website. So you can say my website is whatever, right? But since I'm just using this for an example, and I understand some of you guys might not have websites, that's fine. No-brainer offer is get a brighter smile in 1 week, right? So I'll just use the examples just for the sake of the video. Who do we want to talk to, or who are our leads, right? People in Sydney who need a new dentist. And then the problem is, let's say, tooth pain or yellow teeth, right? And the offer stack is, let's just say this, free x-ray, $100 value, 20-minute checkup, or let's just make this a 45-minute teeth whitening session, right? Plus the teeth whitening kit. That's really good. And then best proof is, let's just say, 150 plus Google reviews. Cool. So here I have my answers. Now, step 2 is to copy and paste this prompt. So copy the text below. Don't change any words in the prompt for simplicity and best results, and just paste your answers into the. So I'll copy this and put it into ChatGPT, as you can see here. All right, I'm just going to segment it by hitting Shift and Enter, just so it's a lot easier to see. Cool. There we go. So A is this here. And then B is this here. And as you can see, I'm literally just copying and pasting, plugging and playing, whatever you want to call it. And it's super easy. Like back in the day when you didn't have AI, you'd have to manually write this, learn how to write good copy that sells. But now you can just leverage ChatGPT. Cool. Here's the offer stack. And last but not least, the proof. Right? Cool. I'm going to hit enter and see what it spits out. Highly recommend to go with the thinking ChatGPT as well if you have access to that, because it just spits out better answers. There we go. And we have 3 different ad copies. So what I'm going to do is just label this and say prompt answers. Make this a headline. And then let's copy this here. And there you go. This ad copy will perform better than. So this ad copy will perform better than 95% of what you try and do on your own, right? Cool. Now, you already did this, right? Use the ChatGPT prompt. Step 4 is to write the headlines, right? Because we need headlines and descriptions on Facebook only that pretty much hook people in as well, right? So we want to keep it very short. New patient offer, claim your teeth whitening kit as an example, right? So let's just do that. I'm going to write it down. Add in a horizontal line so it's easier. Headlines and descriptions. And let's do this here. Cool. 1 is new patient special offer. 2, claim your free whitening kit, like that. That looks really good. And actually, let's do new patient offer for Eastern Sydney locals. Right, so we can split test these 2 headlines and descriptions. Perfect. Step 5 is some quick checks, right? We want to use this checklist to make sure the ad copy is a winner. So first of all, is the first line short, right? Why does it matter? Because we need people to read it without clicking see more. So let's just see what we got here. Want a better dentist in Sydney. Super simple. Sydney locals who need a new dentist, this is for you. New dentist needed in Sydney, read this, right? Perfect. Good hooks. Does it call out the audience, right? Sydney locals. Yes, it has. Is it written for what they get, right? The copy must focus on what they get. For example, brightest smile, not exactly what you do, because dental is just the mechanism for a brighter smile or straight teeth, right? So we keep saying it here, as you can see. And yeah, our promise is simple, get a brighter smile. Perfect. Cool. Is the offer stack clear, right? Like the value must be listed with bullet points and money amounts as an example, right? So yeah, it's very clear here. This is what you get. Free x-ray, 45-minute teeth whitening session, take-home whitening kit, right? Cool. Now, step 6 is the last step, but we want to choose a call to action button, right? So the call to action button tells the customer what to do next, and we want to pick one that matches the ad, which could be get offer, book now, learn more. Learn more is the most generic one, and if you can't think, just pick learn more. But for this, I would do get offer because it seems a little bit more enticing. It's just a 1%er, but it can really improve the results of ads. So let's add that here as well. Cool. I like everything the same font. Should be very easy here. Let's go version 1. And there we go. That's how you write meta ad copy. So we'll be using this later to actually build the ads. Yeah, we'll see you in the next video. All right, in this video, I'm going over how to create a meta ad campaign. So by now you should have had your ad creatives ready and your ad copy ready. And we just need to put it all together into Ads Manager to have our first meta ads campaign. So what we want to do is click create here, and then we want to go leads, right? And there's 3 different levels of an ad account. There's a campaign level, which is the top one here. There's the ad set level, and then there is the ad level, right? So you can have many ad sets under one campaign, and we have many ads under one ad set, right? So we need to name this first. Let's just do Eastern Suburbs Dental. Let's do a teeth whitening offer as an example. Actually, let's stay on the campaign level, and we want to turn on advanced campaign budget, right? So what essentially this means is we're only going to create one campaign, and we are going to spend the budget on the campaign level. So all of the ads underneath in this campaign will spend whatever budget here, right? So let's put, we usually recommend $33 a day to start with. So it's around $1,000 a month. And that's all good. No need for special ad categories if you're in Australia. Right? If you're in the US, you might need to do that. But if you're in Australia, there's no need. We want to hit next. Now we're in the ad set level. We usually name this by what we're targeting, right? So let's go Eastern Suburbs of Sydney. Cool. And I'm going to use instant forms for now because, this is the simplest, fastest, easy way to do it. If you want to set up a landing page, or if you already have a landing page and you've set up a meta pixel, then you can go that way. However, for the sake of this video, I'm just going with instant forms. So you may need to view the terms here and accept. You might see like a red thing on your screen. No worries, just accept Meta's terms, and then it should be like this, right? Performance goal. We want to maximize number of leads. Simplest way to do it, right? If we're more advanced, we can go maximize number of conversion leads, which can be like bookings after someone is a lead. But for now, let's go maximize number of leads, right? No need to do any of this stuff here. Don't recommend doing dynamic creative because that's what messes things up, right? And we are not smarter than the meta ad algorithm. You can turn it on; it won't hurt. But as far as we know, like it's best to turn it off because you may see weird things on your ad. Cool. Start date. Usually we want to schedule it the day after you want to launch the ads. So right now it's the 16th of November, right? Let's say I want to start it on the 17th. But what we want to do is we want to put it at 12 a.m. our time because then Meta allows us to spend this budget from that time. Whereas if I start it in an hour from now, it's 5 p.m., then that $33 budget, Meta will try force to spend. So we always want to start it the day after at midnight, right? Cool. In terms of this, we just need to edit the location, right? Because I'm not going Australia-wide. So I will get rid of that here. And let me go into the eastern suburbs of Sydney. So what I did here is I clicked a drop a pin. You can type in specific postcodes like Bondi, right? Whoops, Bondi, Sydney. Like you can do this, a neighborhood, suburb, right? You can do all that, but it's much better to just drop a pin based on where you live or where your business is and where you service clients, and then just put a radius, right? So you can see this is a 16-kilometer radius. What I want to do instead is make this like 2 kilometers, maybe 5 kilometers, because I service people from this area to this area. That looks about right. Cool. Now, we might need to review some things, but that's all good. Advantage placements is good because essentially we get Meta to show on everywhere like that we can get shown. So whether that's the Facebook feed, the Instagram feed, Reels, Stories, all of that, we want our ad to be shown there. Advantage Audience Plus. We usually want to switch to Original Audience because Advantage Audience Plus isn't as good. And we want to leave this broad, right? 1865, all genders, no targeting here, no detailed targeting. And the reason why we want to do that is because we're not smarter than the Meta algorithm. They know where to find people. So there's no point in us limiting what it is trying to target for. And, if we put dental here, Meta might find someone that says, I hate dentists, and then we're going to target them, and our ad doesn't do well. So always want to go broad to start with, right? Don't worry about ad transparency. And that's that for the ad set level. So you can see we have an estimated audience of 178,000 to 200,000 within that 5-kilometer radius of that drop pin, right? Cool. Now, in terms of the ad, here's where the fun part comes in, right? So let's just name it ad creative 1. Let's go ad creative 1, ad copy 3 as an example, right? But what's probably best is I'm actually going to get the ad creatives up myself. And you can see we have all these different ad creatives. So what I'll do is I'll name this on the tools red circle, right? So we know which ad is which. Put a comma there or something to make it different, as you can see. Usually like double dash. And then over here, we need to set up creative and we're doing image ad, right? So what we need to do is upload here 9 creatives, and I'm just going to upload all of them, right? Cool. So we now have it uploaded here, right? So I'm just going to pick the first one because that's what it is. Now on the crop settings, when you upload your ad creative, we just want to go original for everything. That's good. Cool. So if you go 1 to whatever that is, you can see it doesn't look as good, right? So we always want to go original. It's best practice. And then here's the text, right? But we can do it on the ad creative. So I'll just hit next for now. In terms of enhancements, we usually don't touch any of this. Sometimes we can turn on enhanced CTA where we have like call to actions on the story. Definitely do not click text improvements because that goes wrong a lot. So what we usually do is music, right? That's already on. And you can potentially do enhanced CTA if you want, or if it makes sense, right? So if you have very specific ad copy, highly recommend not doing text improvements at all, first of all, but don't do enhanced CTA if you have very specific ad copy, kind of like our long form copy. Otherwise, yeah, we just want music and that's it, right? No need for animation. Overlays, no need really, because we'd rather just get them to focus on the ad. So you can potentially turn this on or off depending on how specific your copy is. But what best practice is you can turn it on, and then if you see some weird stuff, because you'll be getting your own ads, then you just turn it off. But sometimes Facebook can find people who resonate better with certain CTAs or call to actions, like let's do this, as you can see here. All right, so let me just turn it on for now. And there we go. Cool. Now we have the ad copy here. So I'm going to add in the primary text, and we'll just use version 1 to start with, right? Because what we're split testing is the creatives. And we just want to make sure this all lines up, right? What we like doing is having like the first sentence or two, depending on how long it is, to have as a hook, and then the rest, as I read it, each sentence is its own paragraph. Very important. It's a good copywriting skill. So you can see here, if I went like this, then we don't see the hook as much. Whereas when it's like this is how it looks like on Facebook. Want a better dentist in Sydney? Tooth pain or yellow teeth can ruin your day, right? As an example. And then here is what it looks like on the story, right? Sign up, or that's a CTA. And that's pretty much how it looks like, right? So best practice as well. I haven't done it here, but you want to obviously have an image for your Facebook page. So that's how it looks like. And yeah, like for these ads, these aren't the best ads, but just to show you how quickly we can make ads that meet some sort of threshold, that's pretty much what it looks like. All right, so in this video, I'm going over how to scale your meta ads. So congratulations, you would have launched your meta ads by now. So the goal here is to find the leak and fix it fast. So running ads is like running a tap. You need to know where the water is leaking so you can fix it. And the numbers tell us where the leak is. And we want to fix one step at a time. Faster fixes equals more money. Cool. So step 1 is to fill your daily sheet. So every day you need to write down yesterday's numbers, and your sheet will calculate the rest. So the numbers to track daily is the ad spend, the impressions, the clicks, the leads, bookings, if you're able to track that, new customers, and total upfront revenue. Now, step 2 is the 6-step daily read, right? Which helps us find the leak. So we're going to use this simple checklist to find the one thing you need to fix today and fix the one thing only, right? So step 1, check the click-through rate or CPC, right? If it's too expensive and, or the click-through rate is too low, like less than 1% of link clicks, then we need to change the hooks or the images in the creative. Step 2 is check the cost per lead, right? If that is too high, but this is all good, then we want to fix the offer, right? Or the landing page or the form. Because maybe there's too many steps. Maybe it's too hard for people to use. Maybe the website loads too slowly, right? But clearly, if these two are good and people are dropping off in the lead form, then maybe the lead form isn't as optimized and we need to make it more enticing. Cool. Step 3 is check the booking rate or quotes or appraisals, whatever a booking looks like to you. And we want to fix perhaps the booking link. And the same way, like the actual questions, maybe it's your availability and call speed as well, right? Like how fast are you actually calling people as soon as they come in as a lead? Then check your close rate. Essentially is reminders and speed to lead. And then step 6 is to check the LTV to CAC. Is it good? If not, we need to do more upsells or increase the price by fixing the lifetime value. Cool. So this is exactly what that looks like. So step 3 is the the profit test. So the only number that actually matters is your LTV to CAC ratio. So lifetime value to customer acquisition cost, like how much we spend to get a customer. So green is a good engine. So the LTV to CAC ratio is 3 to 1 or higher. So you make $3 for every $1 you spend, and on the front end, right? And the action is to raise your budget plus 20% on the winning ads, because that's really good. Yellow's warning. So LTV to CAC ratio is 2 to 1 or 3 to 1, right? So we need to find a leak that you found in step 2 to, before spending more. And red is if your LTV to CAC ratio is under 2 to 1. So we want to stop the ad and fix the biggest leak now. And step 4 is reminders that make you money. So we need to call new leads in under 5 minutes. Faster calls equals more shows, equals more closes and new clients. And always book the next step. Like before you hang up, book the call straight away or appointment, right? Bam, fam, like book a meeting from a meeting. And we want to make sure that we retain our clients as much as possible as well. And they should love to come back because we offer them a really good service, right? So hope this was valuable, and I'll see you in the next video.